Alright, it's back on the XT5 again. A little video micro for the mic. So tonight is have to use up this beef. It's really cheap, but it expired 2 days ago. Well, on the 12th, it's now the 14th, so I'm hoping it's okay. It should be alright. A little borderline, but it's vacuum packed, so. Dipping sauce, boiling bag rice, lettuce, spring onion, sesame seeds, and that's it. If I can get this on the tripod. So, $1 million question, is that beef still going to be okay? It's only 2 days now past, so I think it should be alright, but maybe pushing a little bit, as it is. Had to throw out it's very sad, a piece of fresh tuna, but I left it too long. Then it was 4 days past, fresh tuna, 4 days past, used by date. I just binned it, too risky otherwise. So this does have a bit of blood in it. This really pushing the limits of what I would eat normally. But 2 days for fresh beef is probably going to be alright. Smell it. Okay, that's. I think it's going to be alright. I do have a pizza in the freezer. And I wouldn't normally recommend this, but beef, it should be pretty safe. Recycle the plastic here. That would be enough. Just one portion of whatever it is, 300 grams would be plenty for one, but I have to cook this all up. I don't leave it another night. That wouldn't be too good. So, lock this in. I do tons of, can easily make just in the blender or whatever. We run marinade. It's the sugar and soy sauce and garlic and maybe some ginger and brown sugar and whatnot. I forget exactly. And a pear, Asian pear or regular pear or an apple, green apple if you have it. I like to add a little sesame oil. I don't know if that's traditional, but I think it is. It goes in the recipe. And then I may whack up on some, what does he call it in Sip and Feast? Bro gloves, because they're black. That's so racist. Jesus Christ, man. He's of course New York Jewish, so. I'm very white. He has good recipes though. So some good clunk of sesame oil. And let that marinate for a bit. Shouldn't really be overnight or several hours, but I don't have several hours. I think that's going to be alright. Just cook the crap out of it, not eating rare. That's the limit of how I would leave that though. If it was a dry aged steak or something in vacuum packed or whatever, I wouldn't worry so much about the date. Unless it smells really bad. But this is not as good as the homemade bulgogi marinade, but it's easy, it does the trick and tastes alright. And then you just have to add chopped spring onion and sesame seeds and then fry the crap out of it in a wok or grill if you have it. Ideally would be something like, what do you call it in the US? I forget now. Even though I went to chefing school and learned all this shit in USDA cuts of meat, I can't remember. Scotch fillet in Australia or the UK, ribeye in the US. You half freeze it and slice it very thinly into strips. This is a mixture of bean curd and gochujang, so it has slightly more earthy taste than my dipping sauces, which I have here. My bibimbap sauce. These are more or less straight. And there's this one, which is also not bad. It's quite similar. And this is for bibimbap, but more straight gochujang sauce. And I have those containers of bean curd paste and 2 gochujang in the under the counter. So I guess I have to chop up some meat too on the way out. Probably soon give my knife a clean. And a spring onion. I was a bit tragic with the tuna, but I wasn't going to eat 4-day-old tuna. 4-day pasties by day. That was too much. Too risky. I'm not going to risk it. So, I don't know, I want a fair amount of this. Maybe do 3. So I do have quite a bit of beef there. So I bought this last week, so it's kind of drying out. Shit. Alright. I might do all of them. No, I'll do all of them. Well, I'll do all of them. What the hell? I have some greenery in the... because it's got lettuce leaves, but... have some greenery in here. It's always a pain in the butt. Alright. Get rid of that. So this is the cheating way of doing it, with nothing from scratch, everything from bottles. You just have to... the only thing you have to do really is cook the meat and chop up your spring onions. Pretty simple. So if you're in a hurry, you could do this in like 20 minutes all up, or as long as the rice in less time than it'd be done by the rice starts cooking. And the rice only takes, spoiling bag rice is pretty simple. They take 15 minutes or something. Might cook these a little bigger. Chop these a little bigger. It's very healthy. And I do have kimchi, I'll show you that in a second. Which I also buy ready-made. I used to make my own, but then they got it in the store. They got it in Taiwan Opens, but it's, what brand is it? Oh, this is a different brand, Jonga brand. But there you go. It's good. I like it. Ease up this one first, I think. But I used to make it and it turned out really well. I think it was, I forget the name of the lady, a little Korean mother who has a good channel with food from scratch. Very good recipes. And I used to make huge batches and ferment it, but I don't have a kimchi fridge, so in summer it was hard to keep it alright. It would kind of start going off a bit, or I'd just keep it under the counter a bit. You want a kimchi fridge, obviously. So now I can chill, wait for the rice water to boil, and then this has to marinate at least a little bit. I think it's going to be alright. And then I have some for, I'll have some for breakfast. Just chomp that down with some rice for breakfast. Cold bulgogi beef for breakfast. There you go. Nom nom! I'm out of bread anyway, so don't have much else except for muesli, and that's just not very tempting. So rice is in the water, just waiting for the pan to heat up. Just some sunflower oil and some sesame seeds. I guess I've got tons. I have probably a kilo of this stuff because I was going to make, what do you call it, key pie sesame dressing, homemade. But I can't buy it, not in Norway, but I can import it. And it's a risk to go that it's old though when you import, but I might still get some because it's so good for cold noodle salad. It's genius. I wish I had a real wok, but it's some cheap IKEA thing. May as well dig out the kimchi. Yeah, open little pack. Okay, well, it's really good. It's imported from Korea, and it's excellent. Yeah, we'll have to open another pack. Looks like I'm gonna get this out. Yeah, I need a little more than that. So just toss that. Don't need a huge amount, but some. Oops, what happened there? Not quite what I had to do. Alright, whatever. This lasts forever in the fridge. I should really have a kimchi fridge, but I'm in a small little apartment, so no deal. I think that's tons. Alright, that'll do. It smells quite strongly, so you want to be aware of this. If you do have kimchi, unless you wrap it up tightly, it's going to smell up your fridge. Okay, that's hot now. And then some. Oops. Get my oil in there. Waited a bit too long. Oops. Well, we're starting the pan a little bit there, but it is what it is. Yeah, starting the pan a bit, but I'm not doing it in 2 batches. It's more or less stew there, that's alright. And then add my all these guys and my sesame seeds. Whoops. Maybe sprinkle them on as opposed to pouring half a kilo in there. So that's tons. Alright. So it's sort of boiling here as opposed to frying, but that's too bad. As long as it's cooked through. You would want to grill it, I guess. I may need some more lettuce leaves. Oh, it's so tasty. Awesome dinner and so easy. If you have the gochujang and all the rest of it. Bagging as gochujang, then I think most big cities will have it. Maybe if you don't live out in some small country town, then maybe not, but principle is the same. You can use this, you can probably use this with chicken and peanut sauce, or whatever you call it, I forget now. That would also work. Or pork, similar Thai dishes, pork lab, lots of lime and shallots and garlic and ginger and fish sauce. Lob is quite similar, that's also eaten in a lettuce leaf. That's also very tasty. Yeah, it's kind of stewing, it's not really frying, but that's alright, that's too bad. That's obviously too much meat for that one little wok. And get a little thing for my rice. And it's boil in the bags are really simple if you don't want to dig out the. I do have a rice cooker, but if you don't want to bother digging out the rice cooker and you're just one person, then these are great. They're really 1.5 portions of rice, though. They're not. I have eaten a whole one before if I'm really hungry, but one is a bit much, as you can see, for one person. Very common in Norway, because no one in Norway has a rice cooker. Get rid of that. So, lettuce leaves. Gee, it's very messy here, so that's too bad. I have my samjang sauce. Have some rosé wine. Riesling would be better. I'll do Riesling in the fridge. So this is shit out of some meat. Fried would be better as opposed to boiled. This is boiled meat, but let me get a bowl for meat. Huh? Do I have one? Or what happened to my? What's in the fridge? Don't need a huge amount of rice because you're stacking it all in lettuce leaves. There we go. Put that on the table. Spoon. I think that's more or less done. Don't have to kill it. Turn that fan off. So a little goes a long way with this if you're doing in lettuce leaves. Don't need a huge amount of meat. But I'll have the rest for breakfast, I guess. So this round, it's very messy, my head quite hungry. I haven't eaten in 28 hours now or something. I slept all day. Slept for 28 hours or something, 27 hours. After quite a big night. That was kind of stupid. And then I had no food in the house. But anyway, the idea is you put a bit of rice, a bit of meat. Doesn't have to be too, you have to fit it in your mouth, obviously. And some kimchi. And you could eat it just like that. Or you can try some of this samjang. It's traditional. And it's a bit messy. Mm. 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 No, it's a bit hot. Ah, very tasty. Ah, all right. You get the idea. Ah, very tasty. No, it's a little hot. I have to make them smaller, I think. Very good. Wow. Excellent. Mm. Mm. All right. Turn you off.